Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel Ray. Actually, I should say welcome to my channel. This is going to be my first video. So my name is Rachel. I go by Rachel Ray on the internet, and this is my new channel where I am going to be talking about cross stitch, knitting, crochet, embroidery, and all of the fiber arts, hence the name Rachel Ray Fiber Arts. You can follow me on Instagram at Rachel Ray Official. You can find me on Facebook at Rachel Ray FB, and those are all Ray with an E. I am not the chef. I am just a chick in a craft room who started YouTube a few years ago doing diamond paintings, which you can see in the background here. And I quickly became obsessed with cross stitch at the end of 2019 and knitting in 2020, and rekindled my love of crochet as well. So I hope that you will join me. If you are new here, please subscribe. Most of you are probably new here, so I would love it if you would subscribe. You will get nothing but fiber art content on this channel, and that way we can separate the diamond painting and the cross stitch and whatever else comes about. So thank you so much for following me. Don't forget to ring that bell to be notified of any new videos that I come out with, and also check out the playlist or my old channel of all of the floss tubes that I've done thus far. I believe there are 116 of them available to watch. So this is not my actual first floss tube video, but I thought it would be really nice to kick off a new year with you by showing you a WIP parade and possibly a kit parade. We'll see. I might have to make them two separate videos. It depends on how long this one goes for. So earlier today, I shared my finishes of 2022. I'll go ahead and link that video just here in the eye. It's a little pop-out card that comes up here in the corner of the YouTube video. You can click on that little eye and it'll show you all the videos that I link whenever I'm talking about them. So go check out that video if you'd like to see what I finished in 2022. But today I'm going to start with my projects that are yarn related because I have a lot more cross stitch to share than I do knitting. So in no particular order for knitting, I have a couple of projects, and I'm going to share with you like the bags and stuff too. First up is a Caroline bag. This is from my friend Caroline, Cal's All Crafts on YouTube and TikTok. She makes bags, and I am making, how did that happen? Hold please. Oh, okay. Whew. I am making another habitation throw with my scrap yarns. So I finished a habitation throw by Helen Stewart earlier in 2022, and now I'm making another one. This one is going to be just any little bits of yarn that I have left over. For instance, I have like little tiny balls of yarn like this, and I want to put them into a blanket because what else am I going to do with them? I'm not going to throw them away. So I've got a habitation throw that I pull out every once in a while. Some people do something called Scrappy Sunday, which I love that idea. You pull out your scrappy projects on Sundays and you work on those. I am not currently that disciplined, but I'm looking to maybe try to bring some of that structure into my life in 2023. We shall see. And I've got two other WIPs, and then I've got like a hope, a plan, a possibility. So first up, I want to share with you my new start that I had last year that I haven't talked about yet. This is another vanilla sock that I have finished. Look at it, it's so cute. So this is Crazy Sock Lady on YouTube. Crazy Sock Lady has a video on how to knit socks, vanilla socks, using double pointed needles. And so I have done it again. I made another sock, but this time it's a shorty sock, and it is just the right length at the top here before the heel where I feel comfortable. So these are like around the house socks. This yarn though, it's kind of going a bit more yellow than it really is, and that's because I'm filming at night. So this is green, blue, and kind of like a marshy color. This is the, get the little card out here, Barocco Milleflori Light Deluxe, and the color number is 8839. 8839. And I'm really enjoying it. I love knitting it. As you can see here, well, maybe you can see, I have stitch markers to indicate how long I make my socks. So just as a little, if you're just starting socks yourself, the Shorty Sock has a cuff of five ribbed rows instead of 20. I think is what the original calls for. And then I believe I have 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, 10 rows of the cuff, or the, the top part of the sock. And then you start the heel flap and gusset. And the heel turn, then those decreases the full length of the sock, and then the toe. My first pair of socks, which you might have seen in that finishing video, were made incorrectly. I made the decreases for the toe on the vertical instead of the horizontal. So I made sure that I did it right this time. So this pair of socks will be correct and will fit correctly. They do fit very nicely. Stitch markers are from So Livy, I believe, So Livy Dives Yarn, and my LYS local needlework shop in Virginia is Center of the Yarniverse. They were handing out these really cute, do I have the other? I just had it not that long ago. Center of the Yarniverse in Ashland, Virginia. Nope, can't find it. It's fine. They're awesome, and you should definitely go there if you are in Virginia, especially where I live. That's like the only one. The rest of them are in like Arlington and Virginia Beach and that sort of thing. So there we go. Oh, also, if you're new here, hi. I live in Ireland. I live full time in Ireland. I'm a resident here. This is where I live. But I'm originally from Virginia in the States. I moved here 8 years ago. Yeah. So I live in the middle of nowhere. Come and visit. Okay, so those are my vanilla socks. Oh, and this bag is by My Cottage number 9, which is an Irish Etsy seller. And I love these bags. They have these cool drawstrings. This video is going to be forever. I hope you have time. There's a drawstring, and then you've got handles like this. Isn't that cute? It's like a little purse. And speaking of My Cottage number 9, I have another one of their bags right here. This one is more for like a sweater quantity of something. And we are going to have wine tonight because it's 8 o'clock. And why not? In this bag, I have a scarf that I started last year. This is called Northern Warmth. It's on Ravelry. And it's beautiful. This is my first time really reading a pattern, like a chart for knitting. And so I've got my little, indicators here just to show me how far apart, when to start the repeat again and that sort of thing. And for those of you who watched my last true Flosstube update, the donut is moved to where I was last time. So I've just done a couple of rows since the last time you saw it. I actually fell asleep on the couch watching this. I am watching this, fell asleep knitting it because I was I'm still a little bit jet lagged. I only just got back from the States. So I'm using 2 yarns. These are Le Brebis Alpaca. Light alpaca in the colorway Ancient Pines is the green, and Dogwood Berry, which is the red. Funny story, dogwood is actually the official state flower? Is it flower or tree? Of Virginia. Anyway, those 2 colors together, where the green is my main and the red is the accent color. And you can get this from Knit Crate, or you could 100% baby alpaca. It's made exclusively for Knit Crate, so you should be able to get it. Anyway, I hope to have that done in like 5 years. Let's quickly talk about plans, because I don't have all of the things that I want to do right in front of me right now. You will see them when they come out. But the one that I did have available to hand is in this bag, which J&J Craft Co. made for me and sent me. Thank you so much. I love this bag so much. It's beautiful. Go to Instagram and you can get one for yourself. The inside has this amazing like coffee stain fabric. So me. So in here I have the remnants of all of the yarn that I used for my Shawlography by Stephen West, which I wear all the time. I absolutely love these yarns. These are Life in the Long Grass, single ply, and I believe, does it have more information? I don't think it does. 100% superwash merino. So, these colors. And then I could put in a picture, but I won't because it's going to take too long. These 2 as well. And then I'm bringing in another single ply, this one from Curio Yarns. And this is I can't remember the name of this colorway, but it's a beautiful gray. And with these 6 colors, I am going to knit the mixtape cowl again, because oh no, yarn everywhere. I love the color so much that I wear it all the time, and I think those colors are very good for me and for my wardrobe. And I knit one, sorry. Of course. Oh, it has dog hair all over it. I have a dog, by the way. Her name is Luna. She's right here. The mixtape cowl I knit for my husband, and he wears it all the time, and I want to make one for myself. So I'm going to use my leftover yarns to do that. I have 2 other projects that I intend to start this year. One of which, I'll move over here and try to put a picture up here. Casa Pinka's, what is it called? It's a poncho. Insomnia? No, I can't remember, but it's a poncho and it's beautiful, and I have all the yarn for it. I was intending to knit Fading Point by Hohi Locatelli. I don't really like lace all that much, or I didn't when I first started that project, so I ripped it out. I would like to make this poncho because I love wearing ponchos, and I think that the colors would be amazing as a fade. Because it's like blue to gold. Oh, so good. And the other thing that I intend to start and hopefully finish soon will be a naked knit tank top made of cashmere. I ordered the cashmere on Black Friday, and so I'm really excited to get into that and to make an undergarment that'll be very warm for the cold months. Something that I can like wear and treasure as well, because all of these things that I've made are really special to me, and so I would like to have another really special garment made for me this year. So those are my intentions. We'll see if I can get to them soon. So let me get my cross stitch, and this is going to be fun. All right, here we go. All of those right there are just empty project bags, and I've got a Busilla kit there as well, the felt needle kit that I'm doing over on Twitch. You should join me if you like live stream stuff. Twitch.tv/RachelRayCraft. I'm not sure what my schedule is going to be like going forward, but you're more than welcome to follow me there. Follow is free. It's just like subscribe. All right, first up is in my Books Art Liberty bag, my Bridgerton bag. It says I burn for you. This is my oldest WIP. It is called Galaxy Unicorn by a designer on Etsy that is no longer there, Cat's Coffee and Crafts. This is a DMC chart, and I started it on January 17th, 2020. It was a gift from Mrs. Coffee here on YouTube, and I am this far. It's on an 18 count opalescent from Mystic Fabrics called Galaxy. And I did grid this piece just to make it easier to count. But then, because I was new to cross stitch, I was still very, very new to cross stitching, I miscounted. It's a long story, but it's still a WIP. And I hope that I can get this done in some degree of time this year. That would be nice. That would be nice. I'm going to say that a lot, by the way. I am using, by the way, these are S-Word Designs project tracker cards. I'll make sure that I have them linked. She actually, just before we get into stuff, sent me another parcel of tracker cards, and I wanted to open them up because I know there's a note in here. I'm sending you samples of my new 3-year project tracker cards for 2023. If you need more, let me know. Oh, how so sweet. I have the 2-year and 5-year cards available in PDF, but have not printed them yet as I haven't received any orders. Personally, I like cardstock best. Me too. Because she says, because I store them in each of my project bags. I'm exactly the same. And I like the 3-year tracker cards. And if for some reason I cannot finish a project in 3 years, just add another one. And there you go. You'll have more. There's also yearly tracker cards that she has. Very, very nice. She says, I discovered Flosstube during quarantine of 2020, and this wonderful community saved me during those long days, weeks, and months of isolation. Same. I'm obsessed. I won't embarrass myself and admit the number of WIPs I have. I created these for myself and showed Zoom friends who gave me the idea to print and sell them on Etsy. It's awesome. Thank you so much. A Flosstube fan who appreciates all you do for the community. That's really sweet of her. Thank you so much. Please, please, please check out these project tracker cards. They're so important. Like I said, look, it's got all my information right there. And then you can circle the days that you work on it, which I'm terrible about doing, but at least I have the information about each of my projects in the project bag, so it's not going to go anywhere. Also, this right here is a bendy flip, which is a floss bobbin holder. You can find these on Bags Plus, which is BAGZ or Z, Bags Plus, PLUS, on Etsy. She is in the UK and sells these. You can also get these from Michelle Bendy Stitchy. Sometimes she does a D-stash on her channel, and you could check it out there. But the direct link to the seller will be in my link haven, which is where I put all of the links to all of the tools that I talk about here. Any bag designer, any fabric dyer, anything like that, that's all in my link haven, the place where links live forever. So yeah, That is Galaxy Unicorn WIP number 1. Going into 2023. That's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. WIP number 2 started on March 18th, 2020, is in this little feather bag. This is from Love You More Studio, US based. They are part of Black Needle Society as well. And this is Grimm's Fairy Tales Stitch Along. So in 2020, it was the year of the Stitch Along. I started everything in 2020 as well. I did what they called Mania back then. And I no longer call it that, but where you start a new project every day in May. I don't do that anymore. But this is the Clouds Factory Stitch Along from 2020. And this is where I'm at. Still at the same place I was in the last time that I showed this on Flosstube, back on my other channel, Rachel Roy Craft. So currently I'm up here. I'm stitching, I believe, in the May corner. This is stitched on olive oil, 16 count Ada by Barbarall Creations. She is on Etsy. And like I said, this is March 18th, 2020 is when I started this one. I had this for a brief moment. I had this piece as a 24/7 kind of rotation, which 24/7, I'm trying to remember exactly who started that. Please let me know. If you know, please put it in the comments. But 24/7 is where you, or 25/7, excuse me, is where you take out a project for 25 minutes every day. And you work on it for just 25 minutes and then you put it away again. That did not work for me very well, but I like the sentiment of it. It allows you to work on something and it doesn't feel like you're putting a lot of time and effort into it, but just by chipping away at it for 25 minutes a day, you can really get some good progress on it. And this is one of those projects that I have been, I don't want to say dreading, but it's very difficult. So I did find out that I like working on it on stream. So I may be streaming with it more on Twitch and being live, because I don't think about the color changing and all of that so much when I'm talking with my friends, right? Cheers, everyone. A little bit of wine never hurt. And let's move on. The next one, it's a big one. This one is my Heaven and Earth Designs. What else is in there? Oh, Bobby's. Soul of the Rose by John William Waterhouse, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I know that this is all wrinkled, but it'll save me from having to put in the picture later. She looks like that. I'm sure you've seen this picture before. It's a very popular, like, classical picture. It has 125 colors. So this is the max colors, not the max size, but the max color. And this is where I am. Oh, this lighting. It's better when I do it in the sunlight, but hey. So let me just kind of adjust my, there we go. Adjust my threads a little bit. So I am currently down in that corner over there and working my way across. This is on 25 count, easy count Lugana. So the grid is already there and you can see, I can get it nice and close for you. Hopefully you can see that a little bit. Not really. Anyway, the detail is there. It's very nice. It's lovely. I need to work on my shades more. This is the full piece. She is long. I cannot wait to get into the blues of her dress because the terracotta colors are not my favorite, but I have brought this out for a few marathon kind of stitchy marathon events, and I really enjoy it. I enjoyed working on this. It's I find that once I pick up a Heaven and Earth design, I don't want to put it back down because I really enjoy full coverage cross stitch. It's just setting it up that's hard. As you can see, this has a tote bag, and that's because of the 125 colors that are in there. Each color is in a floss bag. The company that I used is called Floss Away. You can get these on Amazon. But anyhow, I started that on March 24th of 2020. And I think I'm somewhere in the 5% range, maybe, not sure. Some of these projects I'm going to have to find. All right, next up. Next up is Chinese Zodiac Sal. Another Sal that is languished, but I still love it, so I'm going to keep it in my rotation. This one is from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Like I said this a while ago, but it still rings true. I am doing a thing where I only stitch one from each designer at a time before I start a new one, because I have a habit of starting new things without finishing the other thing I've started. This is beautiful, as you can see. Gorgeous. So essentially there's like a circle of animals for the Chinese zodiac. There's also these beautiful like fans in the corners. It's gorgeous. It's been done. It's already done long time ago. This is on 28 count heirloom by Pole Stitches. This is a Lugana, and it is wonderful to stitch on. I absolutely love it. I need to take it out more. The reason that I haven't touched this so much is because I was working on another Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery instead to get that one done first. That one was the Midnight Way. But now I'm ready. I'm ready to get started on this again. It is a beautiful project. Okay, next up. This is a pretty lady. This is Mirabilia's Miss Cherry Blossom. I'm going to have to put a picture up on the screen. Miss Cherry Blossom by Mirabilia. It was not going to focus. This one I spent a lot more time on in 2022, and I'm glad I did. And it only takes a few days to really see a lot of results from stitching. So this is where I am now. I'm going to show you the whole fabric because that gives you an idea. Look at this beautiful fabric. This is a linen from Heart Stitch Designs on Etsy. I'm so sorry it is wrinkled. I know. But you know what? It's fine. When I show it off next time, I will have it ironed, but these have been in storage for so long, and I really, really, really wanted to get this video out. It's already the middle of January, so this is her right now. She's a geisha. Her face is 1/1. I'm doing her skin all 1/1. And please ignore my husband. He has a nasty cold that it seems like everybody got while I was away in the States. So I'm glad I missed that. But he has been coughing nonstop for days. It's quite disturbing. And it gets worse when he goes into, like he was in the shower. Seems to get worse. So I checked on him there for a second because I was like, what's going on? Anybody else getting sick these days? I've also got all the beads. Everything, this chart and the bead pack and everything was gifted to me by Linda's 144 Hobbies. Please check out her Flosstube. I haven't seen an update from her in a while, but I sincerely enjoy her Flosstube. It is a pleasure. She loves full coverage cross stitch and pretty ladies. And this is a Love You More studio bag. The last bag was actually an auction win from Michelle Bendy's channel. Next up is Bellflower by Bothy Threads. I have these kind of plastic pockets, wallets, I think they call them here. And these are wonderful for cross stitch. They are very cheap. They are very sturdy. So I do have a lot of them as well. This is what the kit looked like. So Bothy Threads, Bellflower. This is a, what's his name? William Morris. A William Morris print. William Morris actually did a lot of like tapestry stuff and wallpaper stuff back in the late 1800s. And this one has what looks like a lotus flower at the top. And so I really, really like it. And I am using the Kit Ada, which is very stiff, but for this piece, it works. And this is how far I am. Not very far. I just measured from the center to make sure I had enough margin. And I've got my carnations done. I think they're carnations. That's what I'm going to call them. This is like an ivory, no, 14 count cream. 14 count cream Ada. The called for flosses, everything. It's a printed chart. It's probably why I haven't gone back to it very much, because I have started to like just shy away from the printed charts. I much prefer digital charts all the way, all the way, all the way away. Next up is the Twisted Rainbow Sampler with specialty stitches by Northern Expression Needlework. I'll put a picture on the screen because I just don't have the time to be fiddling. I am using a Dinky Dyes Silk Pack, which is kind of messed up right now. Dinky Dyes Silk Pack by my friend Jessie at Mislaid Pages. Jessie put it together for us, and you can purchase this on mislaidpages.com if you would like to work on this with us. Quite a few of us, me and my friends, are working on this. I'm doing this on a black Lugana, which is, do I have, all right, I said I wasn't going to do this, but I'm doing it because I'm sure that I have, there it is, a tracker card. 28 count black Lugana. That was easy. Started May 16th of 2020. This is a Mania start. That is where I am. Wow, it's really blowing me out, isn't it? Hopefully that gives you a good idea of what it looks like. No, it doesn't. It doesn't like the black. There we go. That's a little bit better. So that's the true color. This is amazing. I love the specialty stitch bands. I love them so much, in fact, that the cross stitch bands are quite difficult to go back to once you've played around with these specialty stitches, because they are just that much more fun for me. But I worked on this last year for Stitch for Pride, which is now a year-long event. So I'm happy to be pulling this out again this year and working on it. I am not going to fool myself and say that I could finish it this year, but I definitely want to give it some love, especially during the summer when the light is fullest. I find it easier to work on those projects when the sun is the brightest it can be. Otherwise, I have trouble seeing the holes. That's the truth. Next up is Yogicorns. All right, I feel like I'm going to retire this. Actually, I'm pretty sure that I'm retiring this today. I don't want this to be a WIP anymore. I think I'm done. Yogicorns. This is by Little House in the Attic on Etsy. The full piece looks like this. It's 3 unicorns. It's really cute. But there is so much back stitching. I started this on May 23rd, another Mania start. May 23rd of 2020. 16 count. Printed, oh, I did start the next one. Printed Galaxy by Easy Stitch for Fun. So like the back is white, but the front is Galaxy. Here's my finished Yogicorn. I think I'm done. I did come over and start the next one. I think I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. It does not bring me joy. But that little unicorn sure does. She's so fabulous. Me, Jessie, and Heike worked on we each picked one of the Yogicorn sets to do. I picked the first one because I love the warrior pose. And it's so cute. I think I'm done. I'm done pulling this out and being like, yeah, I haven't worked on it. I'm not going to work on it. I know I'm not. So I'm going to put this in a different pile and I'm going to say goodbye. Goodbye, Yogicorn. I'll have Krynic for my stash. Goodbye. It is done. It is finished in my mind. Next up. I do apologize for all the coughing. Next up is something I haven't touched in a very long time, but maybe I can get back to it again with the multiples of one designer. I just wanted to focus on getting a finish for the one designer and then move forward, but I never picked this back up. This is Heap by Plum Street Samplers. This is on 32 count Oaken by Picture This Plus. Oh, I did put the head in. I put the sheep's head in. Hey, I did something in 2022. It was just a floating body for a long time. Hang on. Hold, please. Get folded up so you can really see it. Ta-da! Wow. Wow, Rachel. Amazing. So, Heap. This is the bottom sheep, by the way. The big sheep. Started this May 24th of 2020. It's going to be cute. It's going to be really cute, but it's also really full stitching. So I guess that's why I haven't picked it back up. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you where my head is with this, but you know what it is? It's probably just that it's not in my mind. But I think I did work on this for Mania. Not Mania, sorry, Maystravaganza. In 2022, which is where I took out all of my works in progress and stitched on them for at least 25 minutes or 30 minutes during, I think I did 1 or 2 streams on Twitch. And then that way I could actually say that I did a little bit of work on them. So that's where I must have stitched the head in for Heap. All right. And then we jump forward almost 5 more months till the 1st of October 2020 when I started Trick or Treat. This is another My Cottage #9, but this is a one of a kind. They decided the cross-stitch bags were not their thing. Fair. Fair enough. Drawn thread. This is called Trick or Treat. I ordered this during the pandemic from a shop called The Silver Needle. And they did a conversion for me because they did not have the dinky dies. So they gave me weeks instead. This is before I said no more weeks. And this is where I am. So I finished the word trick, which is awesome. Now I just need to put in some skeletons and stuff like that. Bring the ivy around and everything. 32 count dirty is the color of this linen, and I am stitching this 1/1. Most of the things that I stitch, I haven't been talking about stitching like that physical stitching because I think it's a very personal thing to each person. Okay. My preference is 2/2 until you get to 36 count, then it's 1/1. Or on Ada, 14 count, 16 count, 2 strands, 18, 20 and above, 1 strand. I do not like 2 strands on 18 count. I know that's a divisional thing, but it's not like, you know, I don't think anybody's stepping on anyone's toes. It's just what you prefer. Some people like really thick X's. This particular one, it's 1/1 on 36, and I'm stitching this in hand, which is making the weave looser, I think, and it looks really good and really primitive, and I like it a lot. If I can get this back in there. All right. Next up. I just worked on this recently. This is a Caroline bag. Calzall Crafts. She does lovely bags. Please check her out. There's her own website. This is called Trimming the Tree, and it's by Michelle Bendy Stitchy. I just worked on this while I was in the States. Isn't it cute? That's so cute. Now, I ordered, in 2020, I ordered a lot of Crafty Kitten fabric, which, in the ornament cuts. So I have a lot of this in my stash. And this one is called Sunlit Water, a 32 count Jobelin. And it has these little splotches of like light white in it. Excuse me. I worked on the snowman mostly. And a little bit of the tree trunk while I was in Virginia. My needle minder says sweatawetta. Sweatawetta. So it was nice to stitch on that again. It wasn't the best of like times to remember it by, but at least I did some Christmas stitching. You'll see later my other piece that I really love that is Christmas themed. All right, we are up to WIP number 12, Baked Alaska. Another one of these. This is great for beads, like if you have beads and stuff. Baked Alaska, Glendon Place. It looks like this. Look at that detail. It's kind of hard to see it, but I love geometric stuff. However, I did get the Dinky Dice Silk Pack. I don't know if I got that from Jessie or from someone else. I think I might have gotten that from someone else. This is on a 32 count linen called Old Blue by XJU Designs. They are a lovely dyer in Hungary. And I recently worked on I worked on this during my Maystravaganza this year, and I took out the beads. I had a bunch of beads in there. Oh my gosh, this linen is so soft. It's like bed clothing or something. You can see where the beads were. I'm not worried about that because they will go back in, but I did not actually have the time to stitch more on it, which is kind of sad because it is gorgeous. And the dinky dyes and everything. Once I get some of those darker colors in, I think this is going to be something that I gravitate to quite a lot. But again, this is so this was started as a high tea new start, which is something that my friend Caroline, who is off the grid needle arts on YouTube, she started this. I don't know if she was the one that came up with it, but I think she did. High tea new start is where you start something that has like really special fabric, really nice beads, really nice floss, whatever. If it's special to you at all, it's a high tea new start. And high tea is like, where you sit down for like little cakes and teas and sit around with your friends, and it's a really special time. And that sort of feeling is what it's all about for the new start. So really special new start. And that was, for me, in December of 2020, it was Glen and Blaze Baked Alaska. They have a whole dessert series as well. They have like tiramisu and all that, but I really like the blue one. Are you surprised? Now, the next one, it says Pink and Purple Marissa Bag. Oh, here it is. Okay. Pink and Purple Marissa Bag. This is why I write down what bag it's in, because otherwise I won't know. This is from the Crafty Heifer. I love this fabric. I really need to finish this. I keep thinking about it, so that means I really need to finish it for myself. My brain is like, girl, stop messing around. You got to do this. 14 count Aida, just plain white Aida, started the January the 20th of 2021. Which way is up? Hold, please. This way is up. It'll take me a second just to, I did mark the top with a T. I don't know if you can see that. I wrote T for top. Good job, Rachel. Past me is very smart. Future me doesn't know what to look for. So this is my temperature mandala by Apricot Polka Dot. The year that I am representing here is 2021. This is the year that my grandfather passed away. He actually passed on this corner that day right there. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it was that corner, actually. Sorry. February the 2nd. He was like a father to me. So this is a good commemoration piece for him, I think. We are now in the summertime. You can see it down here. I believe that I am in June. It's hard to say, but this is nearly finished. There's a couple more doodads on the outside, and then it is complete, and I will be done of it. It does not span the entire year. That's the only thing. So, oh well. But it is now 2023. I want to get 2021 out of my life. be one full. Ha. Another Marissa bag. Look at this one. It's got cherry blossoms. I love cherry blossoms. I love Japan. So this one is called The New Normal by Long Dog Samplers. This is huge. It is absolutely ridiculously large. I should put the size on here. This was a birthday new start for me for the event February. Luna, come here. It's raining and windy and she's a little unsettled. February is where we stitch on things with birds in them, and there are a lot of birds in Long Dog Samplers. So that is why this piece came out on my birthday, February 22nd, 2021. I can't believe I started it then. And I really need to work on this more. This is another one that I dream about. I love this piece. There's a mistake somewhere that I'm trying to fix. This is on 28 count hand-dyed Lugana by Mislaid Pages. MislayPages.com, y'all. I'm telling you. Look at this. Look at this fabric. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? So I started it relatively close to this side so that I could get that pink in. But if you look at where I am, sorry, I dropped that too soon. If you look where I am here and here, it's literally here. That is as far as I am right now. Right there. Just that bit of that whole picture. So I got a bit to go. But I really love it. You can tell I really love it. This is just DMC 310. The fabric speaks for itself. It doesn't need a fancy floss because it's already so fancy. I've worked on this for 4 or 5 days. If I could sit down and just do focus pieces this year, that would be great. But I know me, and I don't work that way. I can focus for like a week, and then I need something new because ADHD, I guess. Next up is another February piece. This is this came in a Black Needle Society box. I can't remember which one. But the piece is called Small Burbs by Ink Circles. Small SMOL, Small Burbs. I'm doing my own color conversion. I haven't really been talking about flosses, but if I don't talk about them, then they're called for. We've got Fiberlicious Dusk, Fiberlicious Midnight. God, these silks are beautiful. Fiberlicious Shooting Star, and Forbidden Fiber Co. Scarecrow, which is a heavily variegated, almost painted floss. So I've got 3 tonals and 1 crazy floss on on Fortnite Fabrics, the greens, 28 count even weave, which I won from them, which was so sweet. And I'm stitching it 1/1 on 28 count. Is it, wait, did I say 28 or 32? Hold on. Wait. 28. 1/1 on 28 count. I am exactly where I was the last time I showed this on Flosstube. Nothing has changed. But you can see the flowers in the middle of this and this. That is Scarecrow. And it's got such heavy variegation that I can actually fussy cut it to make it a specific color if I want to. And I really like it. I like it a lot, but it's so small. It's real small. I like it. I like it. I just need to do it more. I started this hashtag small Burbs Sal, hashtag February, May 10th, 21. So that was a new start for May, where I was doing like 2 starts a week, I think. I'm pretty sure. Something like that. I think it was like 2 or 3 new starts a week. And I need more wine. Excuse me. Whew. Oh, I forgot that. Ugh. I should have found an easier way to do this. But alas. My name is Rachel. Nothing is easy. Okay, I'll just put it here. Next up is, after this one, I'll take a break. This is Halloween at Hawker and Hollow. I have this in a patchwork paw print bag. Another Etsy seller. Love this bag. Chose this one because it's very moody. And if you don't know the Hawk Run Hollow series, they are basically almost a full coverage kind of samplery sort of thing. Carriage House Samplings, I think is the name of the designer. And it's beautiful. It's amazing. Printed chart. I am stitching this like a ridiculous person. 25 count Lugana. 1/1. The color is S'mores by Bee Stitch Me. Brandy, who has amazing fabric. Look at that fabric. Look at that fabric. It's so good. It's perfect for this piece. So, 25 count, 1/1. I don't recommend it unless you are really comfortable with stitching. I'm finding it challenging enough. This is how far I've gotten. I've gotten one witch, half a witch, and basically half a cauldron. It looks good. And no mistakes. So that's where I'm at. I started this on July 8th, 2021. We call these projects BAPs, B-A-P. Big ass project. Because it is a very, very large project. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break and I'll be right back. All right, took a break. We're back. So, I forgot a WIP. I had taken it out of my WIP list and I'm going to have to put it back. I'm pretty sure this is Stitchonomy Winter Sal from 2020. It is on, I bought this as a kit. So this is on whatever Ada they sent with the flosses that they sent. There was a silk pack. They do this every year and it's super cute. See the mountains and the trees, the houses, the snowflakes, the trees. This is the Oh, I have the hiccups. I'm so sorry. I didn't have the hiccups when I started. The flosses, they're just DMCs. And the pattern is all digital. I went ahead and I gridded my fabric to make it easier to stitch. Excuse me. But I don't have anything in here to tell me anything about the project. So, Little Love You More bag, it matches. It goes in here. I don't think I remember anything else. I took this, or I started this, I think before I left to go visit family at the end of 2020. And unfortunately, I lost my momentum on it because of everything that happened. I had to stay there for 3 months, a little over like 3.5 months. So I put that away for a long time. It just reminded me too much of everything that had happened. Excuse me. So sorry. Those should stop in a moment. So let's move on. My next WIP. This is the Night Garden box from Black Needle Society. And this project is called Savor Life. And it says Savor Life and all its magic. In the box, they gave us everything we would need to fully finish it into a bag, which is cute. I don't know if I'm going to do a bag, but it's a cute idea. They also sent a little snail, which I need to put to the side because I'm sending that to someone. And it says that this was started on July 13th of 2021. Because I have this on a scroll rod, I'm not going to undo it yet. So you'll have to wait until the piece is fully finished to see it all. But basically, this is where I am. I have finished this vine. I'm starting the moth, and I've got another vine with a couple of more leaves and things, a few more flowers. So I'm not too far off. But again, because this is dark fabric, this is 36, hold on, wait. 36 count French lilac from Picture This Plus. And it's so dark that it's hard to see the holes. What I recommend is to use like a light source. You can use a light pad, a tablet, or anything else behind your stitching on your lap. A piece of white paper works as well, because you can see my hand. Sorry, hold on one second. Okay, I think they're gone. You can see my hand through it. If you use a piece of white paper, you can really see the holes then. But I prefer to work on this in the summertime. So I will break this out again in the spring and work on this. But I've enjoyed it. I really have one strand over 2 threads is what I do with this project. You can purchase this pattern from the Black Needle Society's website. And I'm going to move that needle off the needle minder. The needle minder came with it as well. And it really is, it's a gorgeous piece. I love the color of this fabric. But like I said, it's kind of like a conditional stitch. I have to wait and work on it when the time is right. I do have a couple of those, which makes working on them a little bit more difficult, but still enjoyable. All right, next up is a little one. This one was started August 5th of 21. This is Bendy Stitchy's Hilda's Brew. I don't have a picture of it, so I'm just going to flash this from far away. It's like a little witch, a cauldron, and a house, which I've stitched the house before because I am a patron of Michelle's, and I enjoy getting her gift charts that she does for her patrons. Sometimes they are elements of future designs, which is what this was for this particular piece. And this is stitched on 28 count Lugana 2/2. This is Crafty Kitten's March 2020 limited edition. They're all limited edition because you can no longer buy them. And this is how far I got. Isn't it cute? I've subbed all the colors, I believe. We've got Mojito by Mrs. Sadis Silk. That's for in place of the Blanc Etoile. This poison coming out of the cauldron. I've got a Threadworks this Threadworks is substituted with this Fibrolicious thread. This is Autumn Wreath. And then I've got a couple of DMCs, and I've got 823 Etoile instead of 413, stuff like that. It's just, you know, I did my own thing because I like to sub in fancy flosses when I can, and I was experimenting as a new stitcher, but I still have a little bit to go, and this is my only Bendy Stitchy design on the go at the moment, so I need to finish it so I can start a new one, because I have lots of projects that I need to start. Ah, yes. Next is a fan favorite. This is the Creepy Cryptids Stitch Along by the Witchy Stitcher, and I'm using a Bags Plus wallet holder. This one is beautiful. It's got like this little tie in the front, and then it opens up like this. It's my black 310. But it opens up like this, and it's gorgeous. I want more of these. I love these. The only thing about it is that, you know, it doesn't fit the fabric. That's okay. The fabric, I don't have a card for this, so I have to go off of my spreadsheet. Started August 6th of 2021. This is on 16 count Dreamsicle by Bee Stitch Me. And look at it. Everyone else picked like a really like neutral color, and I just went completely ridiculous. This Dreamsicle reminds me of mac and cheese as well. And it is a bit wrinkly, but hey ho, that is the way it is. I'm about 50% done, just over 50% done. And this stitch along started in 2021. I started it on the start date, so the 6th of August. I did the frame first, and then I started doing all the cryptids inside. So let's have a little tour. We have Mothman and Nightcrawler. Those are the Haunted Pants. And we have the Jersey Devil and Enfield Horror, which I gave him, the Enfield Horror, I gave an Etoile floss around the shoulders. We have the Chupacabra, Hopkins Goblin, Frogman, and Jackalope. And I think, honestly, I can't remember the next one. But they are adorable. And I was having a lot of fun. I just fell off the wagon. I fell off that wagon. I was doing really well. And then I don't know what happened. Life happened. This happens to me quite a bit is, you know, I get invested in a stitch along and I'm doing it along with everyone else. And then something happens. And I suppose that's just life, right? Unfortunately. But I do enjoy it. It's a lot of 310. I bought a cone of 310 because of this project. No regrets. And okay, next up. This is the piece that I was talking about earlier. This is another Cal bag. Cal's All Crafts in the UK. Beautiful Christmas themed bag. I love the solid green on the inside. And this fabric is just gorgeous. This is Christmas. Renato Perelin. The detail is super hard to see. Especially with my shaking hands. I don't know if you can appreciate how small this picture is. But this is another printed chart, which is why it's taking me so long, but I'm enjoying it. And I did work on it before I left for the States this winter. And so I got quite far. I finished the top layer of the tree. For the most part, except for this bird over here. But I did finish most of it. This is on 32 Count Morel by Fortnite Fabrics. And I think this is just the right neutral for this. The reds really pop on this shade of khaki, or how, brown, whatever you want to call it. It looks tea dyed. I know it's not. It's an acid dye, but it is gorgeous. I am using a lot of subbed colors on this one, so it's not here. My color conversion is available on my WIP list for this one because I subbed in a lot of Victorian mottos. I was in her thread of the month for a long time, and then she stopped doing it. It was a whole thing. And then I made the decision to stop purchasing Victorian motto for reasons. All right. Ooh, next is in this bag. You know it's big when it's in a tote, right? This is another Black Needle Society bag. It doesn't fit in my cubbies. So this was started December 2nd of 2021. The day after I started Christmas. I had this planned. I wanted to do a couple things. First, I wanted to dye my own fabric, so I did. I dyed 20 count Ada that I purchased on Amazon. This was just one of those dyes that you pop in the washing machine and it dyes it for you, which is cool. Very brilliant. I have threads everywhere on this, so I'm just kind of trying to make sense of it. Oh, and there's a needle. I was in the middle of stitching. So that's interesting. Okay, let's see what I can do here. This is Gen 1 of the Epic Pokemon series by Lord Libidin. This is a free chart, and it is all of the Pokemon from Generation 1, which is the generation that I grew up with. So I know all of the Pokemon. And like I said, this is 18 count. Sorry, this is 18 count Ada. 1/1. I am using basically like CXC thread for this instead of DMC. But I may have to use DMC to continue it once I get to a certain stage, depending on how quickly I run out of floss. We'll see. I can't tell you how far I am. Not far at all. Not very far at all. But it is fun when I do pull it out, and I've been working on this on Twitch. When I pull it out, I am trying to raise money for Child's Play, which is a charity that provides gaming consoles and games to children who are in hospice care, hospital care. They might be going in for like long-term cancer treatments, end-of-life treatment, palliative care, and Child's Play takes on the financial responsibility of giving entertainment to children who are in these situations to get their mind off of it. And I really, really feel strongly about how video games can heal kids too, especially in that situation. So if you want to join me on Twitch, I do have a donation link, and I'll see if I can actually pop it in this video as well. If you are willing to just toss $1 or $2 my way to send to them, my goal is to hit, I believe I've set the goal at $5,000, and I'm still going. We're going to keep streaming. We're going to keep working on this until I hit $5,000 for sure. And then I'll just pick another charity, especially one that is around helping children with that piece. All right, you ready for the monster? We're getting there. We've got a couple more to go though. I hope you're not bored. If you need to stop, if you need to pause me and come back, I totally understand. But look at this bag. This bag is from the sewingshop.ca. I purchased this beautiful crane bag specifically for this project and nothing else. When I'm finished with this project one day, this will probably hold all of my really precious clothing. I don't see me using this for cross stitch after this project. This bag is too precious to me. But in this bag, oh, I don't have a picture of it. I'll have to put it on the screen. Japanese, what is it called? Zen Moss Garden. The Zen Moss Garden Chatelaine by Chatelaine. If you've never stitched on a chatelaine, it is a wall tapestry with a lot of specialty floss. So it's a very expensive project. It doesn't have to be. You could always sub in DMC or whatever you want, but way. Try to move that up. There we go. Now you can kind of see it better. And excuse me while I find something big enough to put behind it. Okay, that's better. So here you can see this is the center mandala, and of course when I show something that's black, it makes everything else red, so just ignore me. It's so beautiful. So as you can see here, I think you can tell these are the 4 points of the Zen garden. So at the very center is a fountain of water, and on those 4, almost it looks like a cross. Two of these are filled in. That is sand that is raked into a special formation, and the brown is the rake lines, and it's beautiful. It is a very time-consuming chart, but it is gorgeous. And I told you earlier in this video, I love Japan. I have been there twice. I wanted to live there. Circumstances happened and I moved to Korea instead. But this piece is like symbolism of my love of Japan and everything Japanese. I know that the designer is not Japanese, but the designer also made a lot of odes to many different countries, and you should definitely check out the catalog. Unfortunately, the designer has passed away. I think she passed away in 2016 or something, relatively recently. And from what I know about the designer, she was not a cross-stitcher. So there's a lot in the chart that is questionable. But as a choice that someone would make, however, I enjoy it very, very much. What else did I want to tell you about this chart? So many things happened with this chart, surrounding the chart even. One thing I wanted to show you was in this bag. I have purchased from Stitchonomy these little llamas. They hold my fancy flosses. I think they're so cute. I think they're adorable. And, yeah, there was a lot of drama. I mean, we went through a pandemic. We went through shortages. We made it through a lot of shipping dramas, and the chatelaine was affected by that. Namely, I purchased the chart and I purchased the bead pack from a company, and it never arrived. It never returned either, so I have no idea. Someone out there has a free chatelaine with beads. But anyway, that's all in the past now. So, moving on. Next WIP is... Oh, I don't have a start date. Really? Hang on. Another Bags Plus. No, I don't have a start date. No. That's where those scissors went. Yay! I was wondering where those scissors went. Okay. They're really good scissors. Another Bags Plus. This one is made for specialty flosses. So as you can see, I have almond M&M's silks here. And when you are done stitching with them, you can pop these ends back down into the thing. And this goes behind the little elastic to hold it in place. And then you just pop it down like that, sort of. You know, that's how it works. This is just DMC 5200. It's white. It's a white. I don't know which white. And I have Whisper Floss. The white Whisper Floss. And that is because Trans Pride Tapestry by D and Kari. These 20 stitches. And Kari Nakin. Look at her. This is my unicorn named Fluffy. Fluffy is named Fluffy because they are fluffy. There we go. I don't know if you can tell. Oh no, it's doing that thing. My camera doesn't like certain textures or whatever, colors. But Fluffy is Fluffy. Has Whisper Floss. One strand of the white DMC and then one strand of the Whisper. When I am doing the top leg only, not the bottom leg. And that's just so there's less tangles happening. But the rest of the flosses are all almond M&Ms, and this is stitched on 28 count Rick and Lucy by Fortnite Fabrics, and it is a beautiful purple and blue, and I think it goes really, really well with my unicorn. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love it so much. And this is Agnes Little Minders. Dragon. So pretty. I keep looking at this one and being like, I gotta work on that more. I do that with a lot of these projects. I think that's the whole point of a WIP parade. I mean, I did look at these in the middle of last year as well, just after May Extravaganza. But I love all of my works in progress. Not all equally, but pretty equal. We're very close to the end. Oh my goodness. All right. I don't want this to be over, but it's almost 10 p.m. So, next up is a new start from August 20th of 2022. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Zen Moss Garden Chatelaine was started on February 1st. So my birthday month, February 1st, 22. Trans Pride Tapestry was sometime between February and August last year. And then I started this one. This one is called Santa, the Dove, and the Key by Barbara Anna. And I do not have a picture. I might have a digital picture if I have the time. But this one I got from creativepoppy.com. And I'm doing this on 28 count Lapin Loops Muad'Dib. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. This is like 3 days. Okay, I was like, what? 3 days of work. It's very tone on tone, and I love it. I love tone on tone stuff. I know it's really hard to see on a camera, but you can see it in real life, and it's quite impressive that way. I don't know why. Very pretty. I started this because I saw my friends working on Barbara Anna pieces where they are small people on big animals. So small Santas on big animals. And then these are all my flosses. These are DMCs, and some of the, that one doesn't have a number. I think they're all the called for, except for this Victorian motto that I pulled out of stash. There might be another one. I got this beautiful little, isn't that gorgeous? Thread jewelry. You can take keychains and use them as thread jewelry if you like floss drops. I realized that I really love working with floss drops. I love it way more than using bobbins. So this allows the thread to kind of relax and be a little less kinky. Some of them are still quite kinky because they're on those bobbins for so long that they're just not flat anymore, and it can affect your stitching. Or at least that's what it does for me, which is no bueno. This doesn't have a start date on it either. Okay, but that does belong there. Perfect. And next is, oh, where is she? Is she behind me? Hold, please. I think she's behind me. Behind the Viking mask. Oh, stay there, please. Oh, no. Everything is falling. It's fine. Everything is fine. This is a Monkey and Mouse bag by Ashley. You can find her monkey. Is it monkey and underscore mouse? I can't remember. I'm so sorry, Ashley. But anyway, I have her linked in the link haven. This is my mermaid bag, and it holds another fancy lady. This is Gaia the Earth Goddess by Bella Filipina Designs. I kitted her up. a long time ago, and Autumn Lane Stitchery decided that they were going to do their own Earth Goddess, Dark Queen of the Earth thing, And I was like, oh, I have this kitted up. I wanna work on this instead. So that's what I've done. I have to move my, sorry. This is a blanket of fabric and I have my chart on it. So please forgive me for just a moment while I adjust. I couldn't get everything ready for this video. I did my best. I have worked on this for several months, trying to hit a goal every month. We'll see if I can continue that until she's done. That's the plan. But this is where I am. Sorry, my hands are not working. It's late. There are better pictures on my Instagram at Rachel Ray Official. But that is it. Her hand, the beautiful flowers, her dress coming down. I'm going down and then I'll go back up. Absolutely beautiful. This is stitched on 32 count marbled bunny by XJ Designs. This is my piece of fabric. It's huge, I know. It's way too big, but I will use it for other projects in the future. But she is stunning. Love her so much. I love every second of working on her as well. And she is a paper pattern, but I enjoy this pattern. I enjoy Bella Filipina's pattern. So that's that. I have all the beads and everything in here. I won't bead her until she's completely stitched and back stitched. But she's a focus piece of mine. Definitely a focus piece of mine. I will not stop. I will not stop until she's done. Next is in here. This is an Evertote bag. Caroline Evertote.com. .ca as well, I think. Covered in cat hair. This is something I've wanted to stitch for so long. Dracula's Confession by Lindy Stitches. It says, I love the shade and the shadow and would be alone with my thoughts when I may. The called for fabric is Murky by Picture This Plus. I'm using a 32 count Gilded by Mystic Fabrics instead, and I quite enjoy it. That's the back side. Look at the beautiful color in that fabric. Here it is. We will fold it. I'm sorry it is that late that I don't know if it'll show very well the colors, but I love this piece. I love Dracula. I've waxed poetic about it before, so I won't do it again today, but I really enjoy it. And I love that I picked at least one. Yeah, I substituted one of the flosses for Valdani. It's pretty cool looking, I'm going to say that. But since you've probably seen this, if you have watched the last few months of my Flosstube, you would know about this project. So I don't want to go on and on about it. And also I'm getting tired. So there are at least 2 more that I need to show you. And I still have one in my position, and I don't know why I do, because I thought that I had destashed that, but maybe I haven't yet. So we will find out. I will not show that one to you. This is an 805 stitcher bag. Look at this amazingness. Look at those cute, fluffy kitties. They're so cute. So cute. So I wanted a new start. This happened, oh my gosh, do I have a project tracker in there? No, I don't. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, well, this is called Ghost Stories. Ghost Stories by the Witchy Stitcher. So now I have 2 Witchy Stitchers on the go. But I'll come back to this one. This was supposed to be a holiday project. Like take it away and do it while I'm on holiday. But I was too busy holidaying to really work on it. But I did get a solid start. Look at it. I think I started this at the beginning of November or on Halloween. I can't remember. And that is where I got. So you can see the little ghosties at the top. That's where I'm at. I'm using all the called for flosses, but not the called for flap fabric. This fabric is really close. The called for is Fright Night by Fortnite. And this is a Bee Stitch Me, a mystery Bee Stitch Me, 28 count linen. So it's quite similar to the called for. It's just a little less, you can see it's a little less orange, a little bit more green toned. Still very, very, very nice. And last, definitely not least, is, oh, stay, please, the Holiday Countdown by Modern Folk Embroidery and Roxy Floss Co. and Evertote. I only got the booklet, so I'm calling it the MFE Sal. Colloquial, yeah. It's too late to say that word. And this is on a Bee Stitch Me fabric called April Showers. It is a 16 count Aida. Look at it. I'm using silk from Silks for You. That's how far I got before I had to leave and I couldn't finish my countdown. So I will be finishing the countdown this month. I'll just pick right back up where I left it. The silk I got in a bag, and look at how beautiful it is. I love it. I love everything about it. I'm keeping it in this beautiful bag by Garon Toten Bags. GaronStitchery.com. They're based in Florida. Yeah, April Showers 16 count. And I love it. I love that there's one band, like a part of a band every day. And then at the end of the month, you'd have like a full thing. And I'm sure that you probably know a couple people who have completed it. But I was called away unexpectedly. And I did not want to have to feel pressured to keep up with anything or do any certain project every day or anything like that, because that's a lot to keep up with, right? So I just brought knitting with me, and I did well. A knitting and one cross stitch project. Two, sorry. One that I finished and one that I worked on a little bit. But that is it. Those are all of my WIPs. So if we count them, that is 28 works in progress, which when I started looking at my works in progress, I had 33 on there from last year. This year, what I'll do is, if you check out my WIP list on the Google document, which I have linked in the description below, you'll be able to follow me along. And if you see that I have highlighted something with green, it means it's finished. And if it's blacked out, it means that it's been destashed or given away or something. And then at the end of the year, I just count up all those numbers and then we subtract from them. So I had 33 and now I have 28 and I feel pretty good about that. Feels pretty good. So let's talk about plans really quickly. I'm going to have to do a whole other video for my kitted projects because this has gotten pretty long and I want to let you go. For today anyway, it's almost 10 o'clock. Hold on. I had a piece of paper. Hold on 1 second. Okay. I just had to get myself together. So let's talk about plans and kind of revise what happened last year. Last year, I participated in WIP Go. WIP Go is like a bingo board that you can do. Jessie Marie Does Stuff is the person who came up with this idea, and there's a Facebook group and everything if you want to join along. Just look up Jessie Marie Does Stuff on YouTube. This was my WIP Go board for last year. All of the blue squares were completed. I did not get a bingo or a WIP Go, but I did participate for 2 or 3 months. And I would like to continue trying to work on projects this way for 2023. So what I did was I just moved the projects that I didn't get a chance to work on into 2023. So as you can see here, I am changing the blue to green just to make it easier for me to remember, like, what's going on. Green means it's done, and purple means that it's been called. It's in progress. So number 6 and 10 were called. On 6 and 10, I have Otherworldly Creature and Bab, Pokemon. So my Pokemon Epic Gen 1 cross stitch is called, and Unworldly Creature, I believe that I'm going to work on my cryptids. Those are ones that fit those prompts. I created the prompts myself. That's what you would do. You can choose a specific project, or you can do what I did and do prompts, because I feel like prompts give me more, control over what I get to stitch on. And it makes it more fun for me. So, everything except chatelaine. I have Something Spooky, Person, Animal, Bird, Flower, Long Dog, one of the first 5 oldest WIPs, Unworldly Creature, Desert, Stars, Heaven and Earth Design, Chatelaine, Pretty Lady, Christmassy, Sal for Stitch Along, BAP, Big Ass Project, Small, Farm, and then I have Finish Something Small, because I usually have something small on the go all the time. Then Halloween, Must Have Water, so there needs to be water in the project somewhere. Something that needs more love, maybe something I haven't touched in a while. Something that's in timeout, which would be Heap, and then my Pokemon piece. So those are WIP Go for 2023. We'll see if I do it or not. It's just like last year I fell off the wagon. That's fine. Just no pressure. I don't want it to feel like pressure. So we're just going to keep going. I have a goal of 500 stitches on each project, which is more or less like 2.5 days or 5 days, depending on how much I get to stitch in a day, which in different times of the year, that differs very greatly. Like in the summer, I don't have a lot of time to stitch. Another thing that I'm planning on doing or bringing into 2023 is 24 hours of cross stitch. I love participating in that event. Basically, 4 times a year, there is a weekend where we do nothing but cross stitch. And I block out the dates and make sure that I'm not doing anything. And I would really, really like to do another 24 hours of cross stitch vlog, which I did once, and I'd like to do it again, just to update you every hour for 24 hours on my progress. I do not stitch all the way through 24 hours though. I am just a little bit too advanced in my age to be staying up for 24 hours and expecting myself to cross stitch correctly. I didn't use the planner. I know I talked about it. It's been sitting there gathering dust, and it probably will do if I don't get rid of it this year as well. I am not a paper planner person. It does not work for me. I'm a digital planner person. I just put things in my Google Calendar, and that's about as far as I get. I don't get motivated by filling them out. So as much as I like them, and as much as pretty as they are and how gorgeous people make their layouts and stuff, it's just not for me. So I'm not going to force myself to do that, but I will participate in the weekends, and I will share all of my progress on Instagram. So if you want to follow me there, I'm mostly on Instagram, but I'm also on Facebook. So if you like Facebook stories and things like that, please follow me, Rachel Ray FB, for my Facebook account. 2022 was the year of no new unplanned starts, and I mostly stuck to that. The only exception was the ghost stories that I started just because I wanted to at the very end, because I was feeling very, I don't know. I was feeling like I needed something new to go with me on holiday, but then I decided to pick up knitting socks. So that unplanned start wasn't too bad. I'm not worried about it. I don't have a problem. This year, I actually have an idea in place that I will only work from stash. So no new fabric, no new charts, unless I'm purchasing them to give them away to you, which I will be doing giveaways on this channel. Please watch out for that. If you're interested, there is what I call the Happy Mail form down below. If you're 18 and over, you can fill in the Happy Mail form with all your contact details, and that way if I do a giveaway and I pull your name, I'm going to look for your email address on that contact form so that I can get in touch with you and get your mailing address. Without that information, I don't chase people down because it's just free. So you just fill in the form and that's it. And then, I'll go ahead and email you if you win the charts or whatever it is that I might be giving away in a future video. But I do that. And so if I'm purchasing something, if something is necessary to complete a project that I must buy, I'll probably throw in a few gift charts and for the channel. But I will not be buying anything new for myself because I already have plenty. I know that I love sharing my stitching with you on this channel, and I really enjoy the fact that you enjoy seeing my progress, and that's enough for me. I am looking to tone down my stash a little bit, not necessarily my stitchy stash, but I've got a lot of stuff, and I'd like to finish things before I start new things. So if I do start something new, it'll be from stash. Because I'm blessed. Thank you so much for following me, for subscribing, for, getting YouTube Premium or whatever it is that you might do, helping me over on Twitch. I've got a Patreon as well if you're interested, where I do weekly vlogs. You can see inside my life here in Ireland. I share about my crafty progress during the week, share any behind the scenes like stories, funny stuff. Mostly these days it's been very serious because of what's been going on in my personal life, but I like to share those things in a form that is a little bit more, narrowed down, because I'm not a vlogger, not like a lifestyle vlogger or anything like that. You're not going to find anything like fake or weird here. So I do put that behind a paywall for my own privacy. But in exchange for that, I will thank you publicly. Thank you all of my patrons. There is an end screen to thank you as well. You're invited to come to live streams. Live recordings of Flosstube will be coming soon. And then we will be doing Zoom calls as well, depending on what tier you choose in my Patreon. But that's enough of all that. I just thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video. If you got to the very, very end, what will we do? We will put a Christmas tree. If you like emojis, and if you don't do the emoji thing, you could just write Christmas tree. For me, just so that I know how many of you actually got to the end. Because wow, I hope you took some breaks, and I hope that you got a lot of really good stitching down. So that's my intentions for the year. That's all of my WIPs. Bring on 2023, right? So now I'm gonna go and crash. I hope you all have a wonderful week, a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all soon in my next Flosstube update. Bye!